Alright guys, we got the apron apart. Man, this was not an easy task. So basically the fine worm was in here like this. It came out pretty easy. It's a left hand lock nut or lock collar. It's got one set screw in it right there, and then use a spanner to knock it loose. So what I ended up doing was I actually took a piece of 1 1/8" cold rolled. I put a 3/16 groove in it to fit into the key that's cast into these guys, and then I put some 3/4 flat on it. I ended up having to use channel locks all over this because on the coarse screw for the carriage to go back and forth in Z, the inner surface of the collar was tore up real bad, and it made the threads gall up real bad. So I had to do it a quarter turn at a time, beating the back of my spanner here with a sledgehammer. And there was really no good way to lock the gear without having something like this to actually hold it without doing any kind of damage to the gear. So we got it apart. I'm not sure if these cones are supposed to have any kind of friction surface on them or anything like that, but if they're not, they still spin nice, and there's no rust or anything on them there. And I know there's a lot of guys asking how to take these things apart or how to get them ripped down or whatnot. There was 5 flathead countersunk screws in these locations here. There's 2 dowel pins here and here. You won't be able to, because of the design of these worm gears, you won't be able to pull the piece off. You have to get the worms out of the casing first before it'll actually come all the way off. Once you get both of the worms out, this thing pops right off, and you can see what kind of damage you got, if any. These gears all look pretty good, with the exception of I don't know how many years of crud and chips and everything else in the bottom of this. So this black gunk makes me almost think that there should be some sort of friction material in here, but I've got to finish tearing down, look through the manuals, and see what we can find. So just for reference, this is a 14x6 8-speed made in 1924. So I'll be throwing this up on YouTube. That way, if anyone is ever taking one of these apart, they'll have a little bit of a reference. And let me flip this guy over just for... So this looks like the double wall apron is what it's called. I know there's a single wall one as well. But there you go.